You gonna ask questions, or you just want
Yeah,
me to
I'm going to get a little closer to you because I want the sound. I want people to hear you. Okay, so we can see where we are at the Michigan Assembly Plant, the Ford Michigan Assembly Plant in Wayne, Michigan. You guys are on strike out here.
Yep, Local 900.
Local 900. So tell me a little bit about what's going on here tonight. I hear that you guys are out here until midnight.
Yeah, well, actually, that's just this shift. This shift of people are out here till midnight. We're actually out here 24/7 in solidarity, showing our support for everybody that is on strike during these difficult times, trying to get a contract. We got the shuttles going back and forth to shuttle our membership back and forth from the Union Hall. A couple of commercial buildings were gracious enough to let us use their parking because obviously we can't park at the Ford facilities anymore. We got the fires going, just everybody trying to stay warm.
All right, let me show that. We got a little bonfire over there. Yeah, I saw the trucks delivering wood.
Yep,
earlier.
we got big thing now is Sean Fain comes on tomorrow tomorrow's Friday at 10 a.m. to let us know what other locals are going to be going on strike. And I think, don't quote me, but I think he said at noon they'd be walking tomorrow if we don't have a tentative agreement.
So this plant, only part of the plant is on strike, right? It's not every worker, it's certain sections?
So like this plant right here is your Michigan Assembly Final plant. And then you have ISA. So you have Michigan Assembly Final, you have ISA, you have body stamping, and you got paint. And he only called for Final and paint to go on strike, but the company sent out the remainder of the local, not Sean Fain.
Right, okay. So you work in this plant?
Yeah, well, it's a little down there.
Okay, down there,
yeah.
right. In this, right. So do you want to talk about what you do a little bit? What is the work that you do here?
I am a representative for Local 900.
Okay.
I'm a committee person for Local 900. Okay,
so let me ask you then about layoffs. Because I've been hearing that some people are starting to be laid off here and with suppliers, and that's a concern that the companies won't back down. They'll start laying people off, and that long term they'll shift things to EV production, and they'll lay off more people.
I know the EV production's a hot topic, right? That's especially a hot topic with our president Sean Fain, because right now we do not have any of the EV work. So that is crucial to us, because if they get rid of combustion engines, they get rid of multiple plants. That means they get rid of Cleveland engine, Lima engine. They already shut down one of our engine plants over on the east side, Romeo engine, that was shut down, I want to say, during last contract. I think it was shut down a year or two ago. With layoffs, though, I don't know much information about the other plants getting laid off. We got a lot going on over here.
Right. I mean, is that a concern though?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because if they're getting laid off, then how are they going to feed their families? You know what I mean? How are they going to do all of the things you got to do? Like this strike's monumental. It'll determine if this generation can send their kids to college or not, with getting equal wages. Getting wages that we'd rightfully deserve. Yeah, the EV was huge. It's just job security later on. I mean, if you watch his live streams, he goes more into depth on them. That's a big thing. And another big thing for especially us is the tiered benefits. We do not get health care when we retire. We don't get pensions. We don't get things along those lines. So
what does that have to do with the tiers? How does that relate to the tiers?
Oh, because anybody hired after 2007 does not get pensions. See, these are just things.
They're in a different tier.
Yes, because they were hired in before us. We're out here doing the same work as everybody. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be a guy got hired in a year before you, so he gets all of these benefits that you don't get. And everybody, the big misconception is we're asking for all of this stuff. We just want this stuff back. Like, we had this stuff previous to 2008, before the bailouts. We had COLA, we had pensions, we had things along these lines. But now they took them all away, and when we the union bailed out Ford, We, the union, bailed out Ford when they came asking for us because they didn't have to take government handouts, right? So now we're just asking for all of our stuff back, and they don't want to give it to us.
Right. So, I was talking to some people down there who are in the lower tiers. I don't know if you call them lower tiers or newer tiers.
Just newer employees.
The newer tiers, yeah. And they were talking about the pay difference, but they didn't mention the benefit difference, and that's
because a lot of people want to get hung up on the wages, and like I get it, the wages are super important. Don't get me wrong, I'm with us to make equal wages too, but this plant. So like you'll start here as a temp, you'll make $16.67. You can potentially be there for 2 years, and then you can get, after 8 years in this contract, you get to max wages, which is $30 and some change. But at different plants like Sterling Heights or like Sterling Axle, they have their members max out at $22.50. So you have half the members that max out at $22.50 and half the members that get paid what we get paid. We're all Ford. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And those people, they'll be on, or they could be temps for 2 years, and then they have to get to top wages at their plant, which is $22.50, just to be able to transfer to a plant like this to make top wages. So now they're 10 years into a company, they don't even make top wages, and now they got to uproot 50 plus miles to come here. You know what I mean? And they shouldn't have to do that. All right.
So like I said, I'm usually reporting in New York.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, all of you personally, here in Michigan on strike, want people in New York and around the country to know about what's happening here?
Just this isn't just this isn't a UAW strike. This is a labor movement. This is everybody deserves their fair share of the pie. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to get paid what they're worth. Sorry, might have to cut it short. Got it.
All right, thank you. Thanks for talking with me.
What's that?